College life is full of choices. Choices that we make every day, like what to wear, when to do laundry, or what emails to read. But some of those choices that seem small may affect us much more than we realize, like how to get around campus. Do you walk, or ride a bike, or a longboard, or ripstick if that's what you're into? Maybe you ride the bus, or drive that old car you're surprised is still running. I mean, how is that thing not broken down yet? The fact of the matter is that Indiana University is a big school. With its 46,416 students, or its 87 million square foot campus, it is a really, really big school. And whether you're going from Kelly to Jordan Hall or Eigenman to Neil Marshall, there are a million ways to get from point A to point B. So the question then became, does it matter how you get there? Does your transportation method affect other health choices, like how frequently you think you need to exercise, or maybe your transportation method determines your self-conception of diet? Let's dive into that and figure out what that actually means. Self-conception of diet. It sounds like some made-up term, doesn't it? Well, that's because it is. However, it is incredibly useful and can be defined as the way an individual feels about what they eat. Now I know what you're thinking. That doesn't sound very reliable or scientific. But the way you feel about what you eat should subsequently determine what it is you actually eat. The donut, or the pear, or maybe you eat both. Who knows about any of this? We surely didn't, and so we set out with this question in mind. Does a student's transportation method affect the way they eat and the amount they exercise? We figured that it would, that students who get around campus by physical activity like walking or biking or bear crawling would eat unhealthier and work out less than students who got around in a bus or a car. But after 3 weeks of surveying the student population, after pouring through over 500 responses, we found that things weren't quite what we thought they were. In fact, we found that we were just flat out wrong. It turns out our bear crawlers, our bikers, rip stickers, razor scooters, sprinters, and our walkers, well, they eat no differently and work out no more or no less than students who traverse campus in a bus or a car. And we think that's because students realize campus transport isn't sufficient activity to help maintain health. But wait a second, because there's more. There's another variable we asked about, and that's where students get their food. There are plenty of places to get food on campus, but some of the most popular places are Greek houses, making it yourself in your half kitchen, on-campus dining like the Woodlawns, or restaurants like Casablanca every night. And what we found was pretty interesting. It's that students are incredibly aware and honest about what they're eating. That the student eating at Casablanca or Taco Bell every night, well, they know they're not eating well. And the student making their own chicken guacamole wraps at home, they're aware of the nutrition they're holding up. So maybe if you want to feel better about what you eat, you should just make it yourself. Another really interesting finding is that the students who exercise most frequently, those are the same students that rated their diets really high. So maybe that says that students want to be consistent. It might not make sense to be working out a lot and eating terribly. So when we sat back and thought, what does this all mean? Why does it all matter? Well, our country faces an obesity epidemic, and the more our generation knows about maintaining our health, the better we can fight that epidemic. With the results of our study in hand, it seems that the healthiest students with the least predisposal to serious health or disease are those who made their own food and worked out frequently, not those who walked as opposed to bussed. Our study underlines the importance of choice. Being healthy is a choice, a multifaceted one at that. But it's a choice that you can make every day.